Welcome to Divine Stream Radio Podcast, where we explore the timeless teachings of the Bible one chapter at a time. I'm your host, Jason Blaiklock. Today, we delve into Romans 11, a chapter rich with insights on God's mercy and the mystery of his plan for Israel and the Gentiles. God's faithfulness to Israel. Verse 1, Paul begins by affirming that God has not rejected his people, Israel. He uses himself as an example, being an Israelite and a follower of Christ. Verses 2 to 5, Paul reminds us of Elijah's time when God preserved a remnant of faithful believers. This illustrates God's ongoing commitment to his promises, preserving a faithful remnant by grace. Verse 11, Paul explains that Israel's stumbling has a purpose to bring salvation to the Gentiles. This serves to provoke Israel to jealousy and ultimately bring them back to God. The olive tree metaphor, verses 17 to 18. Paul uses the imagery of an olive tree to describe the relationship between Jews and Gentiles. Gentiles are like wild branches grafted into the tree, sharing in the rich root of God's covenant, verses 19 to 21. A warning not to be arrogant, as both Jews and Gentiles rely on faith to remain in God's favour. This serves as a reminder of the need for humility and faithfulness. God's mercy on all. Verses 25 to 27. Paul reveals the mystery of Israel's partial hardening until the full number of Gentiles has come in. This highlights God's inclusive plan of salvation for all humanity. Verses 33 to 36. Paul concludes with a doxology, praising the depth of God's wisdom and knowledge. It's a reminder of the incomprehensible nature of God's plans and his eternal glory. Romans 11 beautifully illustrates God's complex and merciful plan for redemption, inviting us to trust in his wisdom and grace. Thanks for listening. I invite you to join the discussion. Visit our podcast super site at godstreamradio.com. There, you'll find podcasts from leading Christian authors and many Christian musicians. Plus, be sure to subscribe to the Divine Stream Radio newsletter, where you'll receive inspiring messages and have the chance to enter our weekly draw for a chance to win a beautiful A4 and 63-page study guide of the book of Job. You can subscribe by clicking the link in this podcast or by visiting divinestreamradio.com directly. Let's walk this journey of reliance on God together. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, exercise the patience of Job, stay faithful and seek God's guidance.